All right, so come with me as I kind of share some thoughts. This one's just gonna be a nice, gentle blog or vlog. I'm just gonna pan around to the cars that are here, so you have something pretty to look at, other than my face. But basically, thoughts and feelings. I've been in the industry now as a live salesman for about 30 days now. And what does live mean? It's been 30 days of me actually just being purely commission based, right? So not just working as an assistant, making an hourly wage and just clocking in, clocking out. This is, hey, I kind of work for myself and I'm going off of sales. And I'm trying to drive, I'm driving my own success. It's been 30 days now. So far, my current number, I've actually only been, it's my first full month, 30 days, but there was a few weeks there that I was on paternity leave. So technically, I've only been back a couple weeks, right? So kind of a not fair assessment of my first month, but essentially it's like, it'll be 14 days, well, no, those are calendar days. So it's basically been about 11. It'll be 11 business days that I've had to come in and try to make as many sales as I possibly could in the month of May, around my paternity leave. And so I am currently at 7.5. I'm expecting to be around 10 by the month's ends. I'm building up for the weekend. This weekend is my last hoorah to try to get some numbers for the end of the month. So yeah, I do expect to be around 10. Now I think that's fantastic, right? If you were to double that and look at, I've got 10 sales, and if I had those 2 weeks back, then I would be around 20, which 20 is a fantastic number for salespeople. 30 is like exemplary. You're an amazing person. But 20 is always a really solid number to hit. But yeah, it's my first month. There's lots of things I love about this job. I love getting to talk to people. I love getting to work with them, going on test drives with them, meeting new people, hearing their stories, getting to know their life, their families, what they do, just all the interesting meetings you can have with people. That's something I love that. And I've always loved that about sales. I loved it when I worked in playgrounds or when I worked in designing and selling playgrounds. I love it now. Okay, it's always been just meeting new people, interacting with people, having conversations, and just having a great time and building good relationships and good experiences with people. So I love that aspect of the job. Wouldn't change that at all. Number side, love that as well. Trying to find cars for people that they can, get in and kind of work around or negotiate. I love that. It's kind of like solving problems, solving challenges. I've always enjoyed that in just everyday life. I love puzzles. I love problems. I love math. And it's more than just being half Korean. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. So, what don't I like? Well, I don't like how long the entire process takes, and that's just a general critique because of all the intricacies with car buying. Trying to make sure all the paperwork is submitted to the DMV and registered correctly, and all the ducks in a row. This process at its fastest takes hours still. All right, I've had a customer come in and be like, I know what car I want. We took them out, or I walked them out to the car. I had it already pulled out, so it's not like we had to go find it on lot. It was in the back already. I had it pulled right up to the front, ready to go. Customer walks in. All the information was already in the system. I already had an account. I said, let's go to the back. Let's sit in it. They said, yeah. Basically, they're going from an Impreza, a 2018 Impreza, upgrading to a 2026 Impreza. So they said, yep, there's not much different here. Just tell me what's different. I said, let's go for a test drive. He literally took it down the block, came back, and he's like, that's really all I want. This is the car I want. I said, you're happy with it? Fine, let's go in and start doing the paperwork. That's as fast as a process as you can really realistically get. Someone knows what they want. They've done all their own research. They've driven the car or something similar to where they feel confident that it's does it turn on? Does it go down the road? And does it come back to the brakes work? Let's move on. I want to buy this car and get out of here. They were still here 3.5 hours. It was 15 minutes to get them in the office and start filling out paperwork, getting the credit application. Of course, securing a bank loan and financing is always, that process takes about an hour, right? Because you got to get all that information on the credit app, get them to sign all the privacy notices and paperwork saying we're not going to share your info, and yes, you allow us to run credit. And then it's submitting it off to the banks and seeing who comes back, which lenders give us the best offers, and securing the loans and all that. So that process takes a while. Here's our hybrids. Here's a cross-track hybrids. We got one in magnetite gray, crystal white pearl, citron yellow. Yes, I know it looks green, but it's citron yellow. Right there. Silver. And black. Boom. Basically all our hybrids right up against the wall. And of course we block them in, because why wouldn't we? We like to play Tetris with all of our cars here because we have pretty healthy stock. But yeah, that is kind of one of the annoying things. Is like, if I have some really good hearty meetings and appointments set up for the day, like I have to set an appointment in the morning, then set an appointment in the early afternoon, and then set an appointment in the evening at 5, and I'm basically going to be slammed all day, back to back to back meetings, in and out of appointments, even though I'm only realistically talking to 3 people. And it's because that process takes 3 to 4 hours to get them through the entire thing. And as I said, it needs to take a long time because there's a lot of things that need to make sure. Like, you have a lot of forms and documents you have to sign. You have a lot of things that have to be double checked and triple checked just to make sure that they are accurate. And so the process just takes a long time, and it genuinely needs to take that long. So that's one of the things I don't like about it, is how long it does take. Because then you can start seeing the fatigue set in on your customers when they're sitting there and they're like, oh man, yeah, it's been a while, and I'm just hoping to get this done and get out of here. And they got other stuff they want to do. No one wants to sit inside of an office or a dealership waiting. But then again, it's always nice when they get out of the office and you start handing them their keys, to see that excitement kind of liven them back up. So that's always a nice little silver lining to that gray cloud. And then of course there's just like, there's always going to be, any place you work, there's going to be like interpersonal relationships, right? So you're going to have just how well you interact with your coworkers and how well you get along with all of them. Some people you're going to hit it off with, some people you're not, and some you're just like, you think that there's nothing big, but then you start to get to know each other, and things like, you realize that you're really abrasive. That's just always everywhere you go. There's people you love, people you hate, and people that are just in the middle somewhere. So that's a thing. But when it comes to the car industry, right, when everyone's fighting for customers and everyone's independent contractors, there can be sometimes like some shady dealings, or some like underhanded tactics to swipe and steal customers, or try to gain credit, where like that stuff happens. But again, that's not exclusive to car industry or sales. That's just people. Because if it's not like trying to steal customers to get commissions and things, well, it would just be like, brown nosing and throwing you under the bus in like an assembly job or manufacturing. There's just always something, right? There's people are people. There's always going to be good people. There's going to be bad people, and a lot of them are just somewhere in the middle. But those are very small things. Those are things that I can easily just say, hey, the good outweighs the bad. The amount of fun I have outweighs the bad. And so I'm very happy here. I'm excited for next month in June, just because it'll be a full month. I don't have anything that's scheduled to take me away, so I can actually build up momentum and carry it through June. So I'm very excited. All right. I feel like I've been very successful, even with my numbers aren't they're not huge, right? Around 8 or 10 is kind of like a minimum benchmark that we would expect people to hit. But as I said, only been back for a couple weeks, and first month actually being live with no book of business established before this. So I'm very proud of what I've done and where I've gotten and what I've accomplished, and the relationships I've already built, and the customers I've already built, and the feedback I've already gotten. So I'm looking forward to next month and every month after that, and just building on top of this success. I really do think I can make it here. I really do think this would be a fantastic career, and I can support my family and all of my needs for the rest of my life doing this. So if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to put them down below. Subscribe, let me know what you think, right? Could you do auto sales? Could you do this, be commission and always kind of be on stage, answering customers and taking care of them and answering questions and fighting tooth and nail for a customer base and against your fellow coworkers, or is it like, you know what, this is way too much stress, it's way too many hours, it's way too volatile, right? I need something more secure. It's an honest question, it's a genuine question, and it's a very important one. It's kind of like one you need to figure out right away. So let me know what you think. Talk to y'all later.